My wife texted me. I'm going to spend the week at my father's house. He's not feeling well. I replied, send my regards. On the fourth day, the divorce papers were delivered at the couple's resort. Bungalow 23. That everything is bulletproof. Understood? And when she calls and goes, don't call, don't answer, don't reply to messages, let them panic. This puts you in a position of strength. I stood up and shook his hand. Thank you. Let's sort this out. I've seen worse cases. I left the office and drove back to the house. The apartment was silent. Her coffee mug was still in the sink, been open since Monday. The running shoes are next to the door, small pieces of the life we had built together. I didn't feel sadness. No anger, just clarity. That night, she sent me a photo of the father's living room, supposedly. Fireplace lit, antique armchair, blanket thrown on the arm. He's better off watching an old Western with me. I did a reverse image search, a stock photo from a website. Decoration. She wasn't even trying to hide it. I replied, it's good that he's feeling better. You're a good daughter. Thursday passed. She continued sending updates. I made breakfast for him. We went for a short walk. He's napping now. I answered them all, attentive, calm, completely oblivious. On Friday morning, I transferred half of the money from the joint savings account to my personal account. My half, nothing more. I took screenshots of the balances before and after. After I waited. At 3:30 p.m., the phone rang. Unknown number. I let it ring until it went to voicemail. No messages. 3 minutes later, her number appeared. I just watched the screen ring and ring. Then it went silent and returned to work. At 5 p.m., I had 6 calls lost and a dozen messages. I didn't read any. Instead, I prepared a drink, sat on the couch, and turned on the basketball game. My cell phone kept ringing, vibrating. I placed it face down on the coffee table. Whatever she was saying, I didn't need to listen. I already knew everything that mattered. That night, I slept better than I had in months. On Saturday morning, I woke up with 17 new missed calls, all from her. I deleted the notifications without reading the messages. I made breakfast, scrambled eggs, and had breakfast while looking at ads for apartments. Our lease was ending in 2 months. Time to find something just for ourselves. My phone rang again. I let her number ring until it stopped. It rang again and again. On the 4th try, I answered. Hello? Are you serious now? Her voice trembled, furious, panicked. Did you file for divorce? You told me to notify you at a resort. It seemed like the place. Appropriate. You were already there. You don't understand. No, that's what it looks like. Bungalow 23. 5 days. You and Brandon Whitaker. What exactly am I not understanding? Silence. How you are doesn't matter. What matters is you said you were taking care of your father's sick. I spoke with General yesterday. Actually, he's doing great. He caught a 9-kilogram salmon last week. He showed me the photos again. Did you call my father? I wanted to make sure that he was fine. Since you were so worried. You didn't have that right. I had every right. I'm her husband. Or was. Now I'm just the guy I'm divorcing you. We can talk. I can explain. You don't need to. The lawyer already has everything. Screenshots, hotel confirmation, location. It's all perfectly clear. Her voice wavered. Please come here. Let me go. I'll explain it face to face. I'm not going to drive 3 hours to see you lie in front of me. I can hear it for free over the phone. I made a mistake. It was stupid. But it can be fixed. You didn't make a mistake. You planned it. She took a week-long trip with another man and lied about where she was going. That is not a mistake. It's a choice. Are you really going to throw away 4 years because of that? I'm not throwing anything away. You threw something away when you booked Bungalow 23. I love you. I laughed. I couldn't help it. No, you don't love me. People who love each other, they don't do that. And about couples therapy, we can try that. There's nothing else to try. It's over. Sign the papers or not. Either way, that's how it was. I finished. You can't just hang up. The phone started ringing. New number. I blocked it. 10 minutes later, another number. I answered. Hello, it's Brandon. Nervous Mal voice. Dude, I think we should talk. Brandon Waker? Yeah, look, all this got out of control. I didn't want it to. You're married, Brandon. Pause. That's not really a question. Simple. Are you married? Yes. But then, I hope that your wife has also been notified. Have a good day. I turned it off and blocked the number. By noon, she had already blocked 3 more. Her sister, her best friend, and someone claiming to be a coworker wanted to mediate. Mediation wasn't needed. What was needed was a divorce. Steve called around 2 o'clock, just checking. I was holding up. Well, she's already called about 30 times. Block her. Great. Keep it up. The more desperate she gets, the more mistakes she'll make. Did she threaten anything? Not yet. Only pleas and bargains. Typical. Let her get lost on her own. Don't interact. If she shows up there, don't open the door. If there's a scene, call the police. Document everything. One more thing. Come to the office Monday morning. We'll review the financial statements and file the paperwork. I'll be there. I spent the rest of Saturday cleaning the apartment. I put her things away from the bathroom, took the photos off the wall, and packed them away in boxes. Everything that clearly belonged to her. Not for cruelty, but for practicality. She was going to need these things someday. Better get them ready. Sunday morning, I received a message from an unknown number. I'm Gerald. I don't know what happened. It's between you two, but my daughter is crying. She needs you. I replied, ask her where she spent the last week. Then see if the problem is me. He didn't answer. In the late afternoon, the cell phone showed 39 call attempts blocked. I poured a drink and turned on the TV. The following morning, she would return to a half-empty apartment with the locks changed, and I would be in the lawyer's office ensuring the divorce proceed as quickly as possible. 4 years of marriage ending in 1 week. I think that's fair. After all, that's how long she planned to spend outside. Monday morning began with knocking at the door at 6:30 a.m. I was already up, drinking coffee, getting ready for the meeting with Steele. I looked through the pee-hole. It was her. She knocked again, harder. I know you were there. Your car is outside. We need to talk. I took a sip of the coffee and remained silent. Please open. 5 minutes. That's all I ask. I went to the kitchen, refilled my mug, and looked at the clock. The meeting was at 9. I had time. The knocking continued for 10 minutes, then stopped. I heard her voice muffled. She was talking on the phone. I didn't need to understand. 15 minutes later, I left through the back entrance of the building, the one used for garbage. I got in the car and went. He went to Steele's office without looking back. He already had the documents ready. Financial statements, division of assets, everything organized. Did she try to contact you? She appeared at the apartment early this morning. I didn't open the door. Clever. Keep it up. Now, regarding the timeline, Virginia requires months of separation for divorce without fault. But based on adultery, we can expedite the process. It takes about 60 days to process in court. If she cooperates, everything can be completed in 3 months. And if she doesn't cooperate, then it will take longer and cost more. Her choice. I signed where he indicated, initials, dates, the mechanical process of ending a marriage. One thing, Steele said, the apartment. You said the contract is in your both names. Yes, it ends in 2 months. Don't renew it. Find another place. Let her decide what to do. You're no longer responsible.
Where does she live? I'm already looking for her. Great. Cancel any cards as well. Remove her name from any of your accounts. Close the joint account then. That the bills are paid. Keep receipts for everything. Done. He leaned back. You're handling this better than most. I was expecting something like this. Maybe not exactly that, but something. What do you mean? I've been thinking about it for the last few months. And the patterns I ignored, because it was easier than facing them. Since January, she started to stay until late at work, 2 or 3 times a week. He said they were short on cash. Personally, I believed her. Then she changed her phone password. He said it was for workplace safety. I believe that too. And when did you stop believing? Still asked, without looking up, still noticing. And we were supposed to have dinner with some friends in February. She canceled at the last minute. It was a work emergency, she said. I drove past her office on the way to go home. The parking lot was empty. I read she entrou à nós da procuravar conteúdo para cá. He went to the back. He said he was in the office. He promised to make it up to him later. I still agreed, writing. In March, she started going to the gym several times a week in the morning. I would come back energized and excited. I thought it was great, healthy. But I realized I never brought my gym bag inside. I was left it in the car. Did you get around to looking at it? Eventually, yes. Last week there was gym clothes are in there, of course, but also a change of clothes. Elegant. A makeup bag, perfume. To see what he is, I confronted her about the history of the academy. I asked if she needed extra clothes. She said that he sometimes had coffee with colleagues after training. A perfectly innocent explanation. And I wanted to believe, but I didn't. Part of me believed. The other person started paying attention. She would arrive home, and her hair had another smell. Not of sweat, but of hotel shampoo. He mentioned conversations with people from work, but the details never quite matched up. Small things, easy to ignore when considered in isolation. Death by 1,000 cuts, commented Still. Exactly. And then, last week, I saw a notification on her phone while I was taking a shower. A message from someone saved as, "Broke by HR." The message said, "I can't wait for next week. That's all." But something was wrong. I opened her phone. She had left it unlocked. And I saw the conversation, but it wasn't broke. It was Brandon. She had changed her contact name. What did the messages say? Travel plans? What to pack? How excited were they? He called her baby. She sent him little hearts. Everything. So you confronted her. I didn't take screenshots of everything. I sent them to myself. I erased any trace of it. I had seen it. And waited, because I knew that if I confronted her, she had a ready excuse. I was going to turn it around and make myself look paranoid. So I let her go on the trip. I let her believe that I knew nothing about it. I let her commit completely, with no chance of backing out or pretending that it was just emotional betrayal. She spent 6 nights in that bungalow with him. That's proof that nobody can explain it. Still smiled. You played well. Most people explodes in the moment. Screams, cries, breaks things. You documented and planned it. I wouldn't give her the pleasure of seeing me beg. She made her choice. I made mine. Well, your approach will save you time and money. She has nowhere to rely on. I left the office an hour later with copies of everything. I drove to a warehouse. I rented a storage unit and spent the afternoon moving my things from the apartment to there. Clothes, electronics, important documents. I left the furniture, the kitchen things, everything that didn't matter. At nightfall, the car was full, and the apartment, it looked like a hotel room. My cell phone vibrated. Message from an unknown number. "Please talk to me. I'll do anything. I'll quit my job. We're moving. We're starting from scratch. Just give me one chance." I deleted it. Another message arrived. "You're being cruel. I made a mistake, but you're acting like I thought I had killed someone. I turned off my cell phone and drove to my brother's house, on the other side of town. He opened the door, looked at me, and simply said, "Did she cheat on you?" "Yes." "Have you placed the order yet?" "Yes. Beer in the fridge." That's why I like my brother. No judgment, no speeches, just beer and silence. I spent the night there, slept on the couch. I woke up on Tuesday with 18 new messages and 11 voicemails. I haven't read or listened to any of them. I called a real estate agent and told her about an apartment she had seen online. A fresh start, clean page, exactly what I needed. On Wednesday afternoon, she appeared on my work. Security called my extension. "There's someone here to see you. Tell your wife. Tell her that I'm in a meeting." She insists. She says it's urgent. Tell her that if she doesn't leave, she'll ask for an escort. I left. 5 minutes later, my manager showed up. "Is everything all right?" Security mentioned there was an incident. "Personal matter resolved. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you." No interference, no drama, just professionalism. That night, I met 3 friends at a sports bar: Connor, Austin, and Gary, friends from college. Connor arrived first. He had already ordered a pitcher of beer. "So, I heard some things around. Do you want to talk about it?" "She cheated on me. I filed for divorce." That's the summary. And Dean arrived and took the end of the conversation. "Seriously? With who?" "A guy from work. They spent last week at a couple's resort while she was saying she was taking care of her sick father." "That's freezing." "That's right." Gary arrived already knowing. "Her sister called. Told my girlfriend she tried to get her to convince you to talk to you. She said that you're being irrational." "Irrational how?" "Something about not giving her a chance to explain, that you're throwing the marriage away because of a misunderstanding." I laughed. "A misunderstanding, huh? Because spending 6 nights with another man in a risque environment is something that happens by mistake all the time?" "Her family is trying to control the narrative," Connor said. "They're painting him like the villain." "Leave him alone. I have proof. Hotel reservation, location, messages. She can distort whatever she wants. The facts don't change." "Do you need anything?" Austin asked. "A place to staying, help to change?" "I'm fine. I'm staying with my brother for now. Already found an apartment. Sign the contract next week. In the apartment of you guys. The contract expires soon. I'm not going to renew it. She can deal with it." My phone vibrated. Her mother's name appeared on the screen. I declined the call. "4th time today," I commented. "The family whole thing is trying to talk to me." "And did you answer any of them?" "Her father sent a message on Sunday. I told her to ask her daughter where she spent the week." He never answered again. Gary served another round. "You're handling this better than I would do it. What's the alternative? To scream? To beg her to come back? She showed exactly who she is. I'm just responding accordingly." On Thursday morning, I received a long, emotional email from her sister talking about family. "Sorry, everyone makes mistakes." I forwarded it to the no reply section. 10 minutes later, he called. "Don't answer those messages. Any communication from her or her family, send it directly to me. You stay in silence." Understood. Oh, and I received a call from the lawyer. She hired someone named Dennis Morton. Today. That's reasonable. Not excellent, but decent. He wants to negotiate the terms. What terms? She agrees to sign up quickly if you agree to split everything 50-50, including your savings. She wants half of my money? That's the initial proposal. Standard negotiation tactic. She has no advantage whatsoever, but her lawyer needs to try. And what if she decides to fight? Then,
People go to court and present evidence of adultery. The judge will be on your side. Virginia courts are not at all sympathetic to unfaithful spouses. especially with such compelling evidence. Clear. She's gonna lose and still have to pay more in legal fees. Send the counterproposal. On Friday, I signed the contract for my new apartment. 4th floor, Riverview. Clean, simple, mine. I spent the weekend moving out permanently. My brother, it helped. We hardly spoke, we just carried boxes and assembled furniture. By Sunday night, the place already felt like home. By Monday morning, I was waiting at the building entrance when I left for work. We need to talk. No, we don't need to. You can't avoid me forever. No. I'm avoiding you. I'm ignoring you. There's a difference. I deserve a chance to explain. You had 4 years to be honest with me. You chose to lie. That's all the explanation I need. I love you. She loves the idea of not being the villain. She loves the stability I gave her, but she doesn't love me. She loves him. If she loved him, she wouldn't have gone to War Springs with Brandon. It was a mistake. Booking a resort is a mistake. Lying and saying your father was sick is a mistake. Spending 6 nights with another man is a mistake. At what point does it stop being a mistake and start being who you really are? Really? She started crying. Why are you being so cruel? I'm not being cruel. To be clear, this marriage is over. Sign the papers and move on with your life. And if you don't sign, then we'll go to court. I'll show everything to the judge. You'll lose anyway, but we spend more time and money. It's your choice. I walked past her and went to the car. Does everyone think you're dealing badly with this? Even your friends? I stopped. I turned around. Which friends? She remained silent. That's what I thought. She's lying. Again. Just like you lied about your father. About where he was. You didn't. She managed to stop. I got in the car and drove away. In the rearview mirror, I saw her stopped on the sidewalk, cell phone in hand, probably calling someone to play the victim. It doesn't matter. In 3 months, she would be someone else's problem, and I would be free. 3 months later, I was sitting in the courtroom, waiting for my name to be called. Esty was by my side, reviewing the documents one last time. She signed everything last week, without objection. Now it's just a formality. Great. On the other side of the hall, she was with Morton. He didn't look at me once. His hair was different, shorter. It seemed tired. Brandon wasn't there. I heard from Connor that his wife had filed for divorce as soon as she found out. At work, he was transferred to another department, damage control. The judge called our case. We stood up and went to the witness. The whole thing lasted 12 minutes. Divorce granted, assets divided as agreed. Case closed. And that was it. 4 years of marriage, dissolved in less time than it takes to watch an episode of a sitcom. Outside the courthouse, Esty pressed my hand. You handled everything very well. Most people make it much harder. I just wanted it to end. It ended. Good luck with everything. I drove back to my apartment, the place that I built it without her, without shared memories, without discussions about decorating, just my own space. Work was going well. I threw myself into a project that had been stalled for months. I finished 2 weeks ahead of schedule. I was recognized at the quarterly meeting. My manager hinted that a promotion would come in the spring. At the end of last week, I started hiking again, something I had stopped years ago because she never wanted to go. I drove to Shenandoah. I spent many Saturdays on the trails. I would come back exhausted, but with a clear mind. I reconnected with people I distanced myself from. I accepted invitations I would previously have rejected. I went to a show. I took a weekend trip to Nashville with Austin and Gower. I lived without needing to constantly check my phone or worry about someone else's routine. 2 weeks after the divorce was finalized, I ran into her at the supermarket. She was in the fruit and vegetable section. She looked up and froze. I nodded and kept walking. "Wait!" I stopped. I turned around. "How are you?" "Good." "Are you okay?"
Reddit of the day comment. It seems like the retreat, her romantic life turned into a crash course on how to lose a husband in a few days. But it's okay, he gained peace and she a new life. Roommate, his own sister, yeah. If you've watched this far and enjoyed the story, like our videos and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.